Good day to everyone and happy weekend. Today is our second session, and as promised, I'm going to focus on the assignments, addressing concerns on all your assignments. That will start week 3, and then we'll continue on in week 4 and 5. So I'm going to share with you my slides, and I will talk about the things that we can do to address assignment concerns. So now I have to look for my file. I need to share my screen. And let me open my PowerPoint here. There you go. And I hope that you can see clearly. So specifically this session, we'll talk about debunking the myths about assessments. Assessments are your assignments, your quizzes, your exams. But in our class, we do have big assignments, and that will start in week 3, will continue on until week 4 and week 5. So what really makes us feel anxious or nervous when we are trying to do our assignments? What gives us the anxiety? And sometimes that anxiety will even stop us from getting started. So we want to address that first and foremost so that you can have a smooth journey when you are trying to do your assignments. So let's talk about the common concerns when we are doing our assignments. The number one response that I get is the concern about instructions. Am I getting the right instructions? Sometimes, yes, instructions can be confusing. It is not your fault at all. There are instructions that require some clarification from your professor or instructor. And remember that your professor, your instructor is just an email, is just a private message or a text message away. And I'm exactly that. So you do have my phone number and my email, as well as you do have the private messaging forum in a classroom. Another important thing that one of your classmates have raised a concern because she became aware that when you submit your worksheet, your work is immediately flagged with marks of plagiarism. And I don't want you to be scared for as long as you did your work using your own words and you are giving purely your own reflections and ideas, because I can see that in the report. The reason there is an instant 60, at least 50%, up to 70% plagiarism marks, because the worksheets that you are using have instructions, and this will continually be marked plagiarized unless you delete them, but you don't have to. The responses that you will give, I can tell because it will not be marked plagiarized. Now, the next question that your brilliant classmate asked me, and if I may give her first name, I'm referring to Annie. And thank you, Annie, for this. She said, what if I have used some words or phrases from the textbook? That is a very good question. I told her that you can simply refer to the textbook, and if any textbook in your next classes have authors, then you mention the author's names, and you can even narrate the year that the material, the article, the book, or whatever form of material it is, when it was published, simply the year published. So you don't have to be worried about the format the short formatting, because citations and references can be burdensome in simple assignments like this. However, it is a very good practice to mention where you got your source. Simply narrate according to the textbook or according to authors Magabo, Underdahl, or Romero, uh, Smith, in their article published. Then you give the year 2023, for example, then give the information or the vital ideas that they are talking about. So that's how simple it is. And when it comes to generating the short citations and the list of references, which is also very burdensome, your text usually, if it is a classroom text, you already have the source listed for you. When it comes to citations, keep in mind, if you continue to explore your Center for Writing Excellence, you will find that we do have a reference and citation generator that makes it easy for you to cite and list your references or your sources of information. So avoiding plagiarism is very easy. It's not hard. The moment we think something is hard, it becomes very hard. Now, in your week 4 assignment, I'm glad that this question was asked, because in your week 4 assignment, you will be choosing 2 articles for a topic that you will choose. So these articles will require that you give the complete information about it in details using the CRAP method, but also at the end, you will be asked to provide the reference list. The good news is when you are using EBS co-host and ProQuest, from where you got your articles, when you click the icon, which is shown as quotation marks, you will immediately get the full reference for the article that you have taken or read. So the articles that you will be using will be given the full reference list. Okay, so that should address your concerns about avoiding plagiarism. Now, since a 30-minute session is very short, what we can do is, in this live session, I cannot give everything and all the guidance. What we will do is, we tackle the specific concerns, just like what I did ahead of time. So you can send me any specific questions that you have about a particular assignment, and I will provide guidance such as tutorials, and will give you resources, additional resources if necessary, so you can successfully complete your assignment. So there we go. We can address your assignment concerns easily. Now, I just want to backtrack and go back to debunking the myths of assessments or assignments, because we want to get rid of your anxieties. I want us all to be happy working and learning together. I want to emphasize that in my years of study, in my years of teaching, and this is part of my dissertation, that your assignments, your assessments, your quizzes, your exams, these are all forms of communication, as well as each assessment or assignment is a communication and learning process. When you are doing your assignment, you are simply given the avenue to assess what you know, to make reflections of your own learning, and to tell your professor or instructor what you have learned. So if you can, just set aside the thought of a grade, but think about what is being asked of you in that assignment. Go over each question, go over each instruction, and then give your very best. Give your thoughts and ideas, and that will show what you know, what you have learned, and what you can do. And also think, when you are trying to make such assessment and reflections of what you know, you are trying to prepare yourself to become a skilled professional or a skilled academician, business person, or career person. So that's how we debunk the myths and avoid feeling so anxious, avoid the anxiety, and avoid feeling nervous about the assignment. Now, again, of course, we have doubts. Another area of doubt will always be those instructions that tell you you have to comply with certain number of words. As for me, this is for me, and you will always have to ask your professor or instructor in your next classes, what about them? What is their policy about word count? My policy for the word count is this: I do not deduct points when you go over the said requirements stated in the assignment instructions. If ever you can state very well the thoughts and ideas necessary to address a particular question, and you fall short of other words, you did not meet the word count, you don't have to worry with me, because what is important for me is your thoughts and ideas. It's not the number of words. So don't worry about that. For as long as you know that you have given your very best answer, your thoughts and ideas, specifically those thoughts and ideas address the questions, no worries for me. So word counts is less important for me, but your thoughts and good ideas matter to me. All right, I hope that this also help you become confident when you are doing your assignment. So thank you. Remember, you can text or leave me a message at 267-206-8647, 215-397-3005, whichever. You can reach me ahead of time, and email me if you cannot use the private messaging forum, if you cannot access the classroom, at mmagabo@email.phoenix.edu. And remember, again, do not worry, things happen in life. If you will be late in submitting your assignment because things came up despite your efforts to do things in advance or to do things on time, and you cannot make it, let me know and I will understand. All right, I hope you a happy journey with me and a less stressful one. Be on your way to success, starting from this course and onwards. I appreciate you all and thank you. This is all for now. Okay. I am trying to stop the sharing. Okay. So there we go. This takes the place of a live session that you missed for week 2. And I look forward to meeting you. Those who have not attended any live session, let me know when is the best time for you, and I will try to see if I can accommodate. All right. All the best, guys. All the best.